What's going on? Alan Dragu here, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 8 copywriting exercises to instantly up your copy game. Now, who am I? Well, I've been around the block for a little bit. I've been writing copy for about 4 years. I've built my own email list where I've sold well over multiple 6 figures selling my own products for my own business, for my own list. Not only that, but I've sold over $1 million worth of products using my copy via email for my clients for the past couple years. In fact, my first 30,000 royalty check came in my first 6 months of writing copy. And that is because I practiced the things in the videos that I'm going to show you today so that you can do the same thing, make more money, buy freedom in your copywriting business, and be hella good. So I'm excited. I'm ready to dive in if you're ready to dive in. Actually, before we dive in, I have a gift for you, the copywriter. If you hit the link in the description below, I have 63 cash cow copywriting tips for free that I'm going to gift you. All you got to do is put your email in and I'll instantly send you Copywriting Catalyst. Going to give you 63 fantastic tips beyond what I'm going to tell you in this video. But that's free. That's just for you. Let's dive into the video. Make sure to stick around for the entire video because I'm going to give you the best copywriting exercise last. So stick around, all right? Copywriting exercise number 1, and that is read an ad a day. The best way to get good at copywriting is to read great copy. Very simple. One of my favorite ways to do this is by subscribing to great copywriters newsletters. So I like to subscribe to Ben Settle, Chris Orzechowski, Laura Belgray, Kevin Rogers, Daniel Thrussell, guys like this, really good copywriters. And you can find really good copywriters in any niche. Subscribe to their newsletter and just read an email a day. I typically do this with a cup of coffee in the morning, and it just teaches your mind to understand what great copy reads and looks like. This develops your taste for great copy, which is uncopy pastable by AI. You must have great taste to write great copy. Another way you can do this is you can go to a website called swiped.co and download sales letters from people like Gary Bencivenga, David Ogilvy, Frank Kern. There's a bunch of stuff up there. You can download great sales letters, read great sales letters. Even if you don't know what you're looking for, it doesn't matter. You're just developing the taste for what great copy smells, feels, and looks like. Copywriting exercise number 2 is to hand copy great ads. So let's say that you're reading those emails from Ben Settle and Daniel Thrussell, Chris Orzechowski, or that you downloaded some sales letters from swipe.co. You can hand copy those sales letters. This is a tip from Gary Halper in his book, The Boron Letters. When you hand copy great copy, your mind and your muscles absorb that copy significantly deeper than as if you were just to read it. Because you slow down and you start noticing the nuances in the power words that they use, the transitions from sentence to sentence, and those things become ingrained in you. Therefore, they start to seep out of you when you write great copies. Set aside 10-15 minutes in the morning, get a journal like this one, and just hand copy things. Even just hand copying the bullets, you can get really good really fast. Copywriting exercise number 3 is compete with the immortals. This is a line from the famous copywriter Gary Bencivenga. Gary Bencivenga has beaten the most control packages out of any other living copywriter ever, which means he beat the best of the best ads ever the most times. And his tip on how he does that is by competing with the immortals. Basically what he did was he took the best ads in the world and then said, how can I rewrite this to make it better? That's like going on the basketball court and saying, how could I beat Michael Jordan? Well, that's a pretty big feat to try and figure out, but that's what you as a copywriter do. So you go find the best sales letters ever on swipe.co or the best emails, those emails that you're reading, and you would say, how would I make this better? So when you're hand copying that John Carlton sales letter, that Ben Settle email, you would start to think and say, how could I rewrite this? And then go do it. Go rewrite that email to make it better. Go rewrite that headline on that sales letter to make it better. Exercise number 4 is keep your own swipe file. Now, I am primarily an email copywriter. 99.9% of the copy that I write is emails, and every once in a while, I write some sales letters. But for an email copywriter like myself, I like to keep a swipe file in my Gmail. So just in my Gmail, I actually have a folder that says swipe file. And every time that I write an email that either makes me buy something or that I just think is amazing copy, I move that email over to my swipe file folder. And so what this does is it builds a collection of the best email copy that I could possibly read. And the purpose of this swipe file is it actually curates your taste, because there's a lot of crap out there. And so what you want is you want one big folder of the best of the best. And you want to accumulate your mindset to understand what is the best copy and what isn't the best copy. Exercise number 5 is keep a field notes with you at all times. This dandy little thing, you could buy a pack of 3 on Amazon for like $12, and it's just empty paper with a pen that I keep with me at all times to write all of my ideas down. Because your best copywriting ideas will not be when you're sitting in front of a blue light screen just trying to scratch your head and think of ideas. No, it'll actually be when you're taking a walk, or when you're having lunch, or when you're playing with your kids, or when you're just sitting down trying to relax and read a book. That's when all your best ideas are going to come, because that is called incubation, okay? Your mind is at ease, your mind is at rest, and it finally has the capacity to sit there and think and ponder and wonder. That is when your best ideas come, which means you can then whip out your little field notes and start writing those best ideas down. So that way, when you go back into work mode, you don't forget your best stuff. Now, I know what you're thinking, Alan, I could just write it in my phone. Don't do that, because what actually ends up happening is you go into a distraction dark hole, and you open up Twitter, you open up Instagram, you check your email, notification, and boom, your idea is gone. And that's what this lets you do. It lets you just explore the idea, just kind of float around, write some stuff down. You have no obligation to write the entire email or the sales letter or the copy right now. You're just getting the idea on paper. And then when you're ready to work on it, you can sit down at your computer, at your typewriter, at your laptop, and you can finish the idea there. Copywriting exercise number 6 is to read your copy out loud. This is the simplest thing that will make your copy sound more conversational, because copywriting is nothing more than a one-on-one conversation multiplied, okay? Pretend that you are a door-to-door salesman. You're knocking on someone's door and you're trying to sell a product. Well, you are one human talking to another human, except you're doing it at a level of 1-to-1, okay? Copywriting is the same thing, but you're doing it on a level of 1 to a million, 1 to 1,000, whatever it is. You are basically knocking on millions of people's doors, and you are handing them a letter, and you're saying, hey, read this, but it's still a conversation. And in that tone, you wouldn't walk to somebody's door and start talking to them in some robotic, dry voice. If you want to instantly solve this problem at hyper speed, or whatever the crap that ChatGPT is pumping out that you guys are copy and pasting, it doesn't work, okay? But when you read your copy out loud, you start to find all those little robotic dry spots, as well as the lumps and bumps in your copy where it doesn't read near as smooth because you stumble over your words as you're reading them out loud. So reading your copy out loud is a dead giveaway of what's conversational and what's boring, dry, or unnecessary. And copywriting exercise number 7, my favorite, the best. If you don't do anything in this video, but you do this, you will be top 5% in less than 18 months. That I can almost guarantee. And that is the copywriting exercise that I call the infinity loop, okay? If you've ever seen an infinity loop, it's 2 loops, okay? And it goes back and forth and back and forth, okay? The infinity loop copywriting practice is something that I've instilled for the last 2 years, every single day without fail. And what it is actually, let me just show you what. Books. We're gonna grab a book like Cash Advertising, okay? And in Cash Advertising, it gives you 100 secrets of ad agency psychology to make big money selling anything to anyone. Okay, so 100 secrets. But what it is it's loaded with tips. You see how many tips and highlights and all these things that I have. And basically, all I want to do is find one tip, one lesson, and that's what I'm doing at first. And then I want to implement it into copy immediately, okay? So it's lesson, implement. Lesson, implement. That's the infinity loop, okay? You get a lesson and then you implement, okay? Here's the way that that would work, okay? Let's say that you're like me and you write a daily email. This is the best way to implement copywriting exercises every day, is to write a daily email, because every day you're on the hook to write copy. And so as a daily email copywriter, you create an opportunity to practice, lesson, implement every single day, the infinity loop. And so I'll come in here. Here's a lesson from Cashvertising. Fear sells. It motivates, it urges, and it moves people to action, and it drives them to spend money. So use fear to sell. Okay. So now that's a lesson where I say, okay, how do I use fear, not in a manipulative way, but in a sales way, where now I could take that lesson from this book and implement it into an email. I'm not trying to read 10 pages of this book, 20 pages. I'm not doing anything but taking that one lesson that I learned and I'm implementing it. Remember, learn, implement, learn, implement. So now I take that lesson and I'm going to write an email. I'm going to pick up this keyboard and I'm going to write an email that thinks, okay, how would I use fear to sell? That is the infinity loop. And then the next day, you read through the next page of Cashvertising or Very Good Copy or David Ogilvy, any of these, Very Good Copy, the Adweek Copywriting Handbook, Copyright, Ogilvy on Advertising. This will cost you $100 to get this, and this is all the wisdom you need for the rest of your life on copywriting, okay? That wraps us up. Those are the 7 copywriting exercises that will instantly up your game. And if you like that, please like and subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me. It tells me that you found this content valuable and that you want me to help you become the best copywriter that you could be, so you can make a lot of money, buy your freedom, and enjoy your freaking life. If that sounds good to you, again, stick around, watch more videos, go down the rabbit hole. I appreciate everything that you do, and I will catch you on the next one. Here's an intimate moment between me and you where I'm gonna tell you one more time. If you could just click the link in the description below, okay? Just click it. Just go ahead and click it. It's a free gift. Who doesn't love free gifts? You get down in there, you click it, you put your name in, put your email. That's all I'm asking. Name and email, okay? And I'm gifting you something. That's incredible, right? It's incredible. It's the best gift you've gotten today. I guarantee that. Okay, it's the best gift you've gotten today. And unless you have like a Rolex today, then that's probably the best gift you got. But if not, this is definitely the best gift you've got. You're gonna put your email in. It's gonna be a wonderful time. You're gonna love it. And I'm instantly gonna help you up your game even more beyond this video. That's incredible, right? I mean, that's beyond generous, if we're being honest, beyond generous. I don't know anybody else doing this. I mean, as well as I'm doing it, but anywho, go ahead, grab the gift. Enjoy, all right? It's yours, all yours. See you on next time, muchacho.